Alright, challengers, welcome back to Bold is Fit. I am Coach Mogambo. This is Fan Boss bringing to you a brand new season called Match Fit. Alright, it's going to be a 11-day home workout program. The whole round of the entire program is going to be divided into 3 structures. The first one's going to be called Stretch. The second one's going to be called Shred. And the third one's going to have 2 rounds of something called as Sweat.
So the first workout was stretch. We're going to get completely warmed up with jumping jacks. Your timer starts now. And like I said, it's 40 seconds each exercise. Let's go, buddy. Mogambo is going to be doing the stretch. I'm going to be taking care of the shred and the sweat. It's going to be a fun 11 days. Keep going, buddy. 15 seconds up. The key is to make sure you elevate your heart rate. At the same time, you don't burn out. 20 more seconds remaining. Keep going. 10 more seconds remaining. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Move into an inch forward for 40 seconds to work those hamstrings up. The key is to make sure you breathe in, breathe out, and as you're inching forward, make sure your palms are directly planted beneath your shoulders. You can reach forward, but we're not trying to aim for that right now. Keep going. That's 20 seconds up, 20 more to go before we move on to the next routine, which is the deep squat to hamstring stretch, or the gorilla squat, as you may call it. How are you feeling? 10 more seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and change. Let's go. World's greatest stretch, you alternate that from left to right. Work on that T-spine rotation. Again, key is to keep breathing. Don't hold your breath while doing these exercises, guys. Excellent, buddy. Keep going. Are you getting warmed up? Mogambo's awfully quiet today. 15 more seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, now we move on to a deep squat to hamstring stretch. Let's go. That's it. From there, try to pull your hips all the way up, locking your knees out to feel that stretch around your hammies. You don't have to force it. If you feel you're too stiff around your hamstring, slowly try and move your hips up and you'll feel that pull around your hamstrings, all right? Keep going, buddy. You still have 15 more seconds to go before we move on to the jumping jacks. In 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go jumping jacks, buddy. Nice. This is the last round for the stretch. 20 more seconds. In 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Move on to inch forward for 40 seconds. Let's go, buddy. Come on, 15 seconds up. That's it, nice and easy. Again, do it at your own pace. I don't want you to burn out at home, 1 rep at a time. You don't have to be scared just because the timer is constantly moving up. I don't want you to feel left out. So stick to a comfortable pace, but finish the routine. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, world's greatest stretch with T-spine rotation. Come on. Keep alternating it, buddy. Keep alternating it.
Do 3 on.
Okay. So he's going 3 on each side and then alternating it. Very good. 20 seconds up, 20 more to go. Last 10 seconds. It feels like it's been over a year since we had the last IPL, but it's just been under 6 months. We're really excited to kick things. Let's go, buddy. In 3, 2, 1. We're really excited to kick things off with the Match Fit 11-day series, and I hope, I pray that you guys get insane results right at home. I mean, working out at home. Keep going. And break. All right, so we'll take a quick 30-second breather, get some water. I'll run you through shred and sweat.
Okay, now that we've warmed ourselves out, we move on to the next part of the workout, which is called the shred. We've got 4 exercises and 40 seconds each, 3 rounds. So approximately around 7.5 to 8 minutes of this round, no breaks in between, right? We're gonna take the break only after we finish the 3 rounds. The 4 exercises pretty simple, and Phantom Boss is gonna demonstrate those exercises for us. The first one's hands overhead, reverse lunges, alternate legs. So you gotta keep doing this for 40 seconds, and after that we move on to Superman T holds. So you gotta lie down on the floor, chest up, make sure you're squeezing your scapula, the blades here, and hold there while you breathe in and breathe out, alright? The third exercise is called a glute bridge. So again, turn around quickly, and on your heel, you gotta lift your hip up and down. You gotta do this for 40 seconds. So you gotta make sure that you gotta work it out from your glutes and your lower back. And the last one's called an elbow plank, a front plank, or a core hold. You gotta make sure that you brace your core, keep your hips tight and firm so that you do not drop, right? So this is gonna be the 4 exercises that I'm gonna be doing for 3 rounds, 40 seconds each. And when Phantom Boss is ready, we're gonna hit it up. And Phantom Boss, are you ready? Day number 1 for Match Fit with the shred workout coming up in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. It's called an overhead reverse lunge. This round primarily is targeting a lot of upper back and glute region with some amount of core in the end. The whole idea is that you keep straightening your arms out as much as you can. People with a lot of tight shoulders, lats, upper back will find some amount of resistance in this. Somebody with good amount of mobility on your upper back will find it easy. Take your leg back, stride it up a little longer, and push from your back leg. The whole idea is you push from your back leg. Keep it going for 40 seconds, don't stop. Breathe in and go back, breathe out and come up. We've got 5 more seconds, Phantom. And then we move on to, in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Superman T holds for 40 seconds. Hold it up, yeah, breathe. You gotta keep squeezing your scapular blades while you also press your hip bones into the ground and lift your chest up. The whole idea here is to make sure you're working on your real deltoids, your scapula, your upper traps, everything around your upper back region. Holds are never easy, the holds never get easy either. If you find ease in doing this, what you could do is just hold on to some water bottles or some amount of weight if you've got at home and change. We change into a glute bridge, turn around, lift your toes up. It's a heel bridge, so you gotta make sure that the weight's on the heel. Lift your hips up from your glute muscles, not from your lower back. If you're feeling that there is some amount of tension in your lower back, start activating your butt muscles. Gotta make sure that you keep squeezing your hips up. Keep it going. We've got another 10 more seconds of hip bridges coming up, and after that we're gonna hold a 40 seconds of an elbow plank. Last 10 seconds of bridging. Activate those glute muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, and change. Turn it around and let's go on an elbow plank. Alright guys, this kind of workout is for somebody who's a beginner or somebody who's an intermediate. If you want to make this an advanced one, you gotta get some weights on. You could probably add a weight on your plank. You could get some dumbbells on for your lunges. You could get some dumbbells on for your Superman holds. You can just make it difficult with the amount of resistance you've got. For the beginner, this is good enough. Just warm it up with us in this entire 11-day series, and then we can take it forward. We've already had some 4 to 5 big series that we've done in the past for the previous years. You could pull them out. The workout's there for everybody, beginner, intermediate, advanced. All you gotta do is make sure that you do not stop after 11 days and break. All right, let's get back to round number 2 with overhead reverse lunges. There's no break between the rounds. Hands up and let's go. 40 seconds of reverse lunge. Guys, we've finished earlier seasons were called with different names, having different resistance level, different experience level. So you could probably start with what we did last June with a 21-day program. You could pull that out, and you can also do that after the 11-day series. There's ample of videos available on YouTube, on the RCB YouTube handle and pages. You could just probably go back and watch the workouts and do it with us. 10 more seconds for overhead reverse lunges. And after this, we move on to what's it called a Superman T holds. You could probably get 2 water bottles if you want to and change. Let's go, lie on the floor and we'll start. And up. Only the ones who can complete the extension of your chest and squeezing of your blades move to holding onto a water bottle or an external object that has some amount of weight on it. Unless until that is not cleared, you cannot or do not proceed into getting some weight onto any exercise. Get comfortable with the movement. It's just day 1. We slowly will pick our intensity into the movement. By the end of the 11th day, I'm sure you would be fit enough to go ahead and take the 21-day program that we already did in the past, which is for an intermediate to an advanced level. And break. Let's turn it around and get into glute bridge. For 40 seconds, we gotta do is glute bridge. Gotta make sure that you are lifting your hips up with the glute muscles and not with your lower back. If you feel some amount of tension on your lower back, start engaging more your glute muscles. When you extend your hip up, make sure you tap your glutes to see if they're fully activated, or squeeze them hard to understand that they are fully functional and activated, right? Keep it going, keep it going. We've got another 10 more seconds of glute bridges, and then we will move to the elbow plank. And this is round number 2 of the round called shred. And turn around, let's get into an elbow plank in 3, 2, 1, and go. Keep it going. It's a 40-second plank hold. Breathe in, breathe out. Gotta make sure you've braced your core, you've squeezed your glutes. If somebody puts any form of resistance on your lower back, you should not let that resistance sink you down, right? You gotta hold it up, push the weight up. If you find this easy, if you wanna make it tough, add some amount of weight or ask somebody to get some amount of resistance on your lower back to make sure you start activating your core muscles. We've got 10 more seconds before we complete the round 2 and move on to round 3. There's no break. So we'll immediately get into the 3rd round, which is the overhead reverse lunge in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. The last round for shred coming up, and then we'll move to 2 rounds of sweat. Keep it going, keep it going. 40 seconds of overhead reverse lunges. Activate your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, your upper back. This is just day 1. We've got good amount of fitness videos coming up for the next 10 days. 30 minutes daily, that's about it. That's all we ask for, is give yourself 30 minutes daily for your healthy lifestyle. And in 3, 2, 1, let's change to Superman T holds. Lift it up, squeeze. If this is easy, what you gotta do is get your arms a little straighter up and now pinch, right? If you wanted to make it a little more easier, you could take your arms back a little, slightly bend your elbows a little. But if you want to make it tough, you gotta go into a T and lift your chest up. Make sure your chest has no contact with the floor, so you keep extending from your lower back, mid back, and then you work on your scap muscles. Keep it going, keep it going. We've got another 20 more seconds of this hold, and then we'll move to what's called a glute bridge. Last 10 seconds, keep squeezing, keep lifting your chest up, keep squeezing your hips down onto the floor, your glutes activated. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Not easy, guys. The holds are never easy. And change. Let's get into a glute bridge. And start. Lift your hips up all the way, squeeze your glute muscles. Keep them going, keep them going. Try to at least aim at a number, look at a number, say 20, 25 reps. Try to complete that many reps in 40 seconds time. And try to beat that reps in every round. So for example, in round number 1, if you got 20 glute bridges, try to at least finish 22, 23 reps in round 2 and 25 in round 3. That's how you progress. Keep challenging yourself and keep getting better. That's the whole aim of a fitness series, because we want you to get into that habit of working out, maintaining a fit and healthy lifestyle. And 3, 2, 1, change. Last exercise for the shred round, coming to an end with elbow plank hold, breathe for 40 seconds. Keep it going, the last bit, and then we get a good 30 seconds break and we transit ourselves from shred to sweat round 1 and sweat round 2. There's gonna be a good 30 to 40 seconds break between sweat round 1 and sweat round 2. There are 2 high intensity workout structured rounds. That's why it's called sweat, because we're gonna sweat it out heavily in those rounds. The shred is all about activating muscles, getting some amount of strength in through some holds, but sweat is all about going all out with heart rate and getting yourself some amount of fat burn and rest. All right, that's the end of the round shred. Phantom Boss is going to get some water. You as well get some hydration in. Keep a water bottle next to you, because the next round is gonna make you want some water for sure. Okay, let's get to sweating with the next round called the sweat. We've got 2 rounds in the entire sweat structure, the round 1 and round 2. The first round's got 3 exercises, 40 seconds each and into 3 times. It's gonna have the same format as what we did for shred in terms of exercise, but the exercises are gonna be a little more on intensity. The first one's a squat pulse. So you gotta make sure that you bounce it up from a deep squat to a half squat. A second one's a push-up, a regular chest width apart push-up. You gotta make sure that you're gonna be doing a push-up, chest to floor push-up for 40 seconds. And the third one's forward lunges, alternate leg. So we finished reverse lunges, now we move on to forward lunges. The next 2-3 days, we're gonna be working out on movements to get you prepped for what we're gonna be doing for the next 8 to 9 days, all right? So 3 rounds, 40 seconds back to back, no break, and then we move to the next bit for the round number 2 of sweat. We will take a good 30 to 40 seconds break between the 2 rounds, right? So give it your best. It's a 2.5 minute round, guys. You gotta make sure that you last that long for 2.5 minutes. For anybody who thinks that this is an easy round for them, add some resistance. You could use water bottles, you could use dumbbells. If you have any equipment that you could probably put in a bag and carry it over your shoulder, go ahead and do it, all right? And let's start. Phantom Boss, are you ready? Okay, in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 40 seconds of squat pulses, followed by 40 seconds of push-ups, followed by 40 seconds of alternate forward lunges. Guys, so we're gonna be working a little bit on your quads today, and along with that, we're gonna be doing some amount of push on your upper body. The next round also will have similar pattern. We'll wait for it till we can get there, but for now, focus and breathe on pulsing. Gotta make sure that you breathe and do not let your breath make it difficult for you to work the entire pulsing out, right? It gets difficult after a point because your quad are pumped. There's a lot of resistance there. And let's change. Push-ups, 40 seconds of push-up. Take your time, guys. If you're not able to do the entire push-up for 40 seconds, what you could do is probably drop your knees down and do the push-up, right? A lot of people find push-ups extremely difficult. No worries. You gotta make sure that you keep your knees down and keep moving. If even that is difficult, then try to at least get a half a push-up. Try to work on a little bit of your chest, your triceps. But we do not want anybody to take break for 40 seconds. You gotta keep moving for 40 seconds and change. Let's go. Alternate forward lunges, get a nice stride forward. Push from your front leg, guys, not about taking your chest back. A lot of people have the tendency to take your chest back, your shoulders back, but it's all about pushing from your front leg. It's basically to work a lot on your push from the front leg. Keep pushing, alternate leg, breathe in, go down, breathe out, and push yourself back into the standing stance, right? Keep it going, keep it going. Don't stop, don't stop. We've got another 10 more seconds to wrap this round up. and move on to the next one. There won't be no break. So immediately in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's get into pulsing. After those forward lunges, the round 2 of pulsing is going to be a little bit of resisted work, but got to make sure that you keep pushing from your quads. Your quads are going to burn. You can get up, shake your legs off a bit, and get back to pulsing. If you find some amount of struggle and resistance in pulsing, what you could do is probably just do a regular squat. Just get up fully and sit down. Work your way out into this, but make sure that you do not stop. You could probably take a break, shake your legs off, get a 2-second breather and start, but do not stop. And on that, we'll move on to the next bit. Let's get into push-up. You could do a push-up on your knee. You could do a push-up without your knees on the floor. If even that is difficult and somebody who's a beginner and never done a push-up, you could get a couple of books under your palms, or you could do it on a wall, you could do it on a bench, you could do it on a chair, on a table. Make sure that you elevate yourself to make it a little more easier. There are a lot of ways to make a movement easy and a lot of ways to make the movement difficult. We've got 10 more seconds before we move on to the last exercise for round number 2, which is forward lunges in 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's start. Forward lunges. This is round 2 of sweat part 1, and then we're going to be having the second round, which is the part 2. We'll take a quick 30 to 40 seconds break after the third round, and then we'll move to the second bit of the sweat. The whole idea is to keep moving, do not stop. It's a time-based workout. You've got to respect the time and you've got to follow it. It's going to get at a point very difficult, but you've got to keep challenging yourself. So figure out a rep that you probably do in round 1, beat that rep in round 2, and beat both the rounds in round number 3, right? And break. That's the end of round number 2, and immediately we'll move into the squat pulsing for 40 seconds. If you find this really difficult, because after a lot of quad work, this gets really tough, because we've already done some amount of quads work in the previous warm-up as well. What you could do is a complete squat. So you go down and come up, go down and come up, tempo it to make it a little difficult. And if it's easy for you, what you got to do is hold on to a weight or a water bottle or anything that has some amount of weight on it, and goblet, squat it with pulse, right? We've got 10 more seconds for this round to come to an end. 5, 4, 3, and change. Let's get into push-up stance. Let's get to doing push-ups. So 40 seconds of push-up. You could probably start off with your knees down on the floor, or either you could keep your knees up. And if it's still easy for you to complete, what you could do is add some weight on your upper back. Make it tough. You could also make it even more tougher by doing the clap push-ups. You could probably do lifting your arms off in a push-up. There are many ways to make it tough, many ways to make it easy. Find your comfort zone to make sure that you last for 40 seconds, guys. 20 seconds up for the push-ups. Keep it going, keep it going. Not easy at all. Day 1 for a lot of people. If today is the first time you're working out, it's a great start for you guys, because we're going to be bringing this to you for the next 10 more days. And we've already recorded some amount of seasons in the past, so there's a continuity. You can keep pulling up series and change. Let's go. Last exercise for the first round of sweat is forward lunges. So if you want to keep building on to the continuity of exercising after 11 days, go back to 2020. You will have a good 5 series on the RCB's YouTube page. There are 21-day series, there are 11-day series for core, for shred, for a lot of weight loss related series also we've recorded in the past. So just pull one of those and keep doing them. All right, 10 more seconds for forward lunges, and after this we'll take a good 30 to 40 seconds break and move to the next part of sweat. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break. All right, so a quick 30 seconds break, hydrate yourself, get some water in, make sure that you are sipping on to some water. First day, it's gonna be tough, you'll start cramping, so keep sipping on.
Push-ups really hit your flexibility.
Yeah. Alright, welcome back, and this is round 2 of the sweat workout. The last part of today's training program, and you guys have done pretty well for day 1. Okay, so the format remains pretty much the same. We've got 3 exercises, 40 seconds each, 3 rounds back to back. But this one's gonna get a little more intense than the previous one. The first exercise, like the minute I say it, people dread. It's called a burpee. You gotta do a chest to floor burpee. Everybody's done a burpee. It's a full body, high intensity, high heart rate movement. You gotta do this for 40 seconds. After that, we move on to something called as a drop squat. All right, so get your feet in and drop yourself into a squat. And the third one's mountain climbers. Get into a plank position and get your knees all the way close to your elbows. You can invert your knees in, you can get your knees between your elbows or have a contact with your elbow either. All right, so that's Phantom Boss bringing you the last bit of today's workout, which is the sweat part 2. And we are gonna start in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So while Phantom Boss does the burpee, I have some interesting fact to share with you is that since the last series that we shot last year, Phantom Boss has not worked out a single day as well. So today is the first day he's working out this year since the last time we shot. So he's taken a good 3 months of break. Guys, 3 months of break because he thought he would take a break. This is the reason he said that the last 17 years he's been working out back to back, so he wanted to take a break. So 3 months of no workout and he's put himself into this transformation program for 11 days. He's struggling, he's not talking at all. It's not because he's silent or he's moody, it's because he is legit in pain. All right, and we'll move on to the second bit, the drop squat in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. He's gonna be sore. He's gonna be in pain tonight when he finishes this exercise. He's just laughing it out. And also another fact is that since the last time he's worked out and now he's not even taken a shower because he always used to shower after a workout. Since no workout, no shower, he's just lived his life as a nomad in the last 3 months. And IPL, Bold is Fit, brings him back to being fit, and what you could do is use this opportunity and train with the Phantom Boss and get yourself back in routine. We've got 5 more seconds, buddy. I know it's tough. And break, and we move on to the next bit, which is mountain climbers. Guys, if you actually happen to go back to the previous season, you will see Phantom Boss ace every movement because that series was from intermediate to advanced, and now he's struggling with the beginners to intermediate. So, all right, last 5 seconds of mountain climbers, and then we move back to burpees in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. 40 seconds of burpees coming up, and this is round number 2 of sweat part 2, the second half of sweat. How does it feel, Phantom Boss, to be back working out again? Exhausting, and the day 1 is the most toughest one, guys. Trust me, come back for day 2 because you will for sure be better than today. That's how the whole logic works.
We can't give up, we just have to keep.
And even if you're slow, even if you're bad, even if you know that for a fact that you are the last in the entire room to finish the workout, let it be. There will be a day with your continuous effort and change. Let's move to drop squats. With your continuous effort and showing up every day, at one point in time, you will be the number 1 in the room. All you gotta do is keep the grind on. Keep it going, and RCB brings to you Bold is Fit. This is a brand new season called Match Fit, 11-day home workout program. If you want to make it tough, bring on some resistance. If you want to make it easy, this is the place where you got to start. It's a workout for beginners to intermediate. And if you want to make it a little more advanced, what you got to do is get yourself some dumbbells, get yourself some weight on the bag, get some water bottles, some cans. Not cylinders, guys, please. I've seen a lot of people in their home workouts carry cylinders. Phantom Boss has done that in the past, and then one day, 1 cylinder landed on his head. Keep it going, 5 more seconds. And change, let's go. Mountain climbers for 40 seconds. Keep it going, buddy. I've never seen Phantom Boss pant for mountain climbers or a drop squat before. He was a guy who did some mad numbers of lateral power tuck jump burpees in the previous season, and this is where he is. So let me again remind you that this is not permanent. The grind has to be on for the rest of your life, right? You only keep improving by doing it every day. Keep it going, buddy. Keep it going. And 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Don't stop. Don't stop. And break. All right. That's the end of round number 2. 40 seconds of burpee coming up. And this is the final round for today. Not a very long workout. We wrap this up in, say, less than 30 minutes. And we've got a good amount of break time as well. The movements have not been that intense today. But eventually, we will pick the pace up gradually over a period of time. We've got 11 days to cover that. The last 3 for sure. Last 3 days of the series for sure will be intense. But we are going to take it slow for a couple of days for sure till you get used to it. Get your rhythm into the working out going. And change. Let's go. Drop squat for 40 seconds in 3, 2, 1 and go. Keep it going. Gotta make sure that you squeeze your glutes when you squat it up and land on the base of your heel. The weight needs to be felt under your heel as much as you feel under your toes and the front part of your feet. Do not lift your heel up when you do this. Do not sit down with your heels up. You gotta have your entire foot planted on the floor. We've got 5 more seconds and then we move to the last bit of today's workout. 3, 2, 1 and let's go. Mountain climbers. And let's go. Don't stop for 40 seconds. If this is tough, guys, you can do one leg at a time and you don't run it up. You can just bring your knee up and back and then the other leg, knee up and back. Gotta keep doing this for another 25 more seconds. Come on. Stay in the plank. If you can't do that either, just stay in the plank and hold it there. Just make yourself comfortable in the movement. Do not rush into the entire exercise because it's an easy movement and does not have a lot of resistance. Eventually your heart rate goes up and it just gets tougher from there. Keep it going. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2 and that's the end of day number 1 and great job by Phantom Boss who's making a comeback into the world of working out. Let's see how he pans up his entire 11 days with us. If you guys have any feedback for us, drop it down on the comment video. We'll probably try to introduce in the next 10 days. We've got good 10 days to listen to you and bring in whatever is required. All right, on that note, we wrap it and we call it a day and we will see you tomorrow. This is Coach Mogambo and that's Phantom Boss signing off. Bold is fit, bringing to you Match Fit Day 1. Tada.